Hello everybody, welcome back to MotorFiles. I got a haircut, so I look a little different. You'll get used to it. Anyway, we're gonna do some really fun crash repair today. So this is Julia, my partner in crime's 2011 G650GS. A few episodes back, you saw me revive it from the dead. It was in winter hibernation for a long time, so we got it back on the road. She's enjoying it, she's riding it, but she had a little tip over. As you can see, we've got a Willy Wonka lever here on the clutch side, some scrapage, a little bit on the mirror. The lever was tweaked, but I tweaked it back. She was in the ferry line, dropped it, and it was really embarrassing. She was really embarrassed, but she's a great rider, has never really had any issues besides this, so, things happen, so it's all good. But I figured since we're going to have to do some repair on the bike, this would be a good opportunity to talk about the top 5 or first 5 mods you should do if you're going to convert your mid-size bike into an adventure bike. First up, I always recommend doing some kind of bar riser setup. These are, let's see if I can focus here. These are Rox risers. They're a 2-inch rise. A really easy mod to do. They're about 80 bucks new. I got these for $40 on Facebook Marketplace. And they bump your bars up another inch and just give you a little bit better ergonomics when you're standing up. Obviously, next we have to fix this situation because having a wonky lever is no bueno. And while we're there, might as well change out this one. Let's go over to my work table. I'll show you what I got for this bike and we'll talk about how we're gonna get this set up. All right, here we are. This is what I got to fix the lever situation. These are on Amazon. They're 26 bucks. They're CNC aluminum. We'll see how they handle the abuse. But they have a 6-position switch. So you can go all the way out, all the way in. And they fold a little bit, so they should give. And being they were only 26 bucks, made by FX CNC, I said, why not? That'll work. Another thing she doesn't like about her bike is these mirrors are really rectangular, the factory mirrors, and just kind of odd. So what I did is I found some off-road-ish adjustable mirrors that are significantly wider. As you can see, there's me recording. And then they pivot right here. You can see that. So you can at least pivot them out of the way. These were also, I believe, on Amazon or eBay. They're pretty inexpensive, under 30 bucks. And I like that they move. We're gonna start riding off-road in the next few videos. I'm gonna teach her how to ride off-road and take you all along with us. So that being said, having mirrors that are inexpensive and that will fold in the case of a tip over are going to be great. There's 2 other things on the way, which we'll touch later in the episode that I'm really stoked for, and I'll take you along for that. But first up, let's go do the basics. Let's fix the damage on that clutch lever, put new levers and new mirrors on the bike. Here she is. Stage 1 is complete. The levers are definitely shorter, but I kind of like that. You can adjust them, like I said earlier, up to 6 positions. So nice wide throw in 6, short throw in 1. We'll have to do a road test on the mirrors. I tightened them down. I do like the fact that you can just swivel them in and out. So if you do drop the bike, they just pop over. Minimal damage. So far, so good. I'm liking the quality of it. That's going to do it for this part. I have to go pick up one more mod. I'm pointing the area where they're going to be. And I'm waiting for one more in the mail. And that's going to do it for part 1 of this build, or stage 1 of this build. So I'll see you when I go pick up the next part for this build. Next up for the mod list to get this bike off-road worthy is tires. Obviously these tires aren't going to cut it. They're from 2011 and the tread is definitely more of a touring tread. With that being said, I picked up some more 50/50 off-road tires. So I've got the bike jacked up and we are going to swap the tires. Much better. Look at those. We've got Shinko 804, 805 adventure trails on this thing. These Shinkos are awesome. They're great tire for the money. I have them on my other Funduro. I've had them on a couple other bikes, and they're just the go-to. You cannot beat it. So that's definitely a mod. Definitely a win, I would say. We've got one more mod to install. It should be here in a few. And I think it's definitely up there as one of the more important ones to have if you're going to do some trail riding on any kind of bike, really. And I'll show you that here in a second. We have our fifth and final modification we're throwing on Julia's G650GS. She's here as the MotorFiles Chief Safety Officer for today because sometimes I do some dumb stuff. Today was no exception. I almost dropped the bike going up the stairs because I thought I could send it up the ramp. Be careful when you ride motorcycles up ramps, especially when you don't have any safety gear on. Don't do that at home, kids. Anyway, I'm going to go...
Don't ever get on your bike without a helmet.
I'm going to cut that out. Yeah, sometimes I don't wear a helmet, but it's only just around the yard. But don't do that unless you have experience, like you're professional. But anyway, I have the final modification we're going to do to make Julia's bike 110% off-road worthy for the most part, minus suspension, which we'll get to maybe further down the road. And I'm excited to share it with you. I think if you want to ride your bike off-road, you have to do this to the bike. So let's go walk over to this new dirt machine and let's go throw these parts on. Any last words? All right, nerds. Here's the bike. Quick recap. We've got first mod, rocks risers, get your bars up. Second mod, adjustable levers. They can be whatever color you want. Just make them black. Don't be stupid. Don't get yellow or red ones. You look like an idiot. And then we have adjustable mirrors, so when Julia drops her bike, which she'll never do off-road, they will move out of the way. And finally, we got them new tires, which I just tested out going up the stairs. They don't work too well on concrete, but tell you what, on dirt, they're going to be fantastic. I like them. Finally, we got these from the good people over across the pond in good old Republic of China, land of freedom. We've got some bark busters.
Maybe cut that out.
You're mic'd out still. We've got some bark busters. Or I guess bark busters is a brand like Kleenex. So we technically have hand guards. And we're going to take off the bar and weights because who doesn't love a little vibration? And this is a lady's bike after all. But anyway, we're going to throw these on like that. Something like that. And we're going to get a little bit more protection so we don't break these or bend these levers again like she did when she dropped it earlier. So I think it's going to look nice. I mean, we'll see how durable they are. If she does end up doing a little tip over and we have to get some new ones, so be it. These were cheap. They're a little flimsier than I expected, but they have some decent rigidity and they're definitely light. So I think it'll work for our application here. So, yep, that's going to do it. It's got all the mounting hardware as well right here. We'll see if I like that or not. So, I'm going to get the cam set up, follow along while I pull off the bar and weights and throw these handlebar protectors on. This stage of the project is done. So we got our hand guards all mounted up. Like I said, they are kind of cheaper ones. but they'll do for this application. Got our adjustable levers. We've got our foldable mirrors. I'm going to do some adjustment here, maybe tighten these down. We got our fresh tires, which I think is the biggest modification. It'll make the most difference. And then we've got our handlebar risers. I've got a few other things I want to do to this bike, maybe this season, maybe going into next season, depending on when the parts become available and what I can find. Some honorable mentions I definitely would recommend if you're outfitting your first adventure bike is let's kind of start at the front. Looking for a taller windscreen, for this one at least, that's not too tall, but a good happy medium. What's nice is it has this bar right here, so I could do some kind of aftermarket GPS or some kind of other mount. We'll look into that. You definitely want maybe some slightly wider and taller bars for this bike. These ones will do fine for now. We're going to go ride it, test it out, see if we like it. Luggage, of course, is always important. Right now she has like a soft bag for the rear that mounts to this. What I want to do is find some side racks because of the dual exhaust, air quotes, on this bike. So we can mount some kind of softer bag on the side. Maybe a rackless setup, but there's not much room right here. So I'll find some cheap or good deal on some used side racks. And then I've actually got a set of Wolfman panniers, even though they just went out of business. I really like their products made in the US. And then we'll look at doing some exhaust upgrades, maybe add a bit more power to it, and go enjoy it. Always another good idea is to upgrade the foot pegs. Maybe something wider, a bit more of a bear trap peg. She's going to try these out for now, and then we'll see. There's a few options on the market, so we'll see if upgrading them will be the right move for her. I pulled the rubber insert out here, so we'll be able to get some better grip. And the rubber inserts on factory pegs get a little bit slippery if you go through some mud or some puddles or whatnot. Episode's not over yet. Next up, let's go put this thing to the test, get out in the dirt, and try out our new modifications. So today, or this afternoon, Julia is going to be testing out all these awesome mods we put on her bike. Her fresh tires, her mirrors, her really nice, really great ergonomic clutch levers. And we're going to go out and grip it and rip it. Bikes are getting set up. I'm going to drop tire pressure on hers. Mine's already set with tire pressures. We're down back at the North Fork Road over here in North Bend. It's a nice, easy one. It's a beautiful day. You can see the mountain over there. So we're going to get the bike set up, get all ready to go, and then we're going to go head down the trail. And then we'll chat with Julia and see how she feels about her first time riding off-road. We made it to our final stop on this little mid-afternoon shakedown ride out on the North Fork. Bikes did great. They're a little dusty, but not too much puddles. I didn't really see any puddles at all. So we're just going to have a quick water break and then head back down to the trailhead I'm here with Julia. Tell us about the mods in your bike. You can go over and walk to it if you want.
Okay.
And what you like and what you didn't like, and then what we want to add to it. So here she is, the G650. Got this thing dialed in for this episode.
Let's see, we've got the hand guards and the new levers and the mirrors.
Yeah. And then the tires.
I'm not really a big fan of any of those mods because Jacques got them all off of Amazon and they're kind of shitty. But the tires I love. Love you though, honey.
So just goes to show, just because they're cheap doesn't mean they're the best mods. I think she was saying going down the trail that she doesn't like her clutch, so we're gonna adjust this clutch lever. The handguards, they're doing okay.
Yeah, they'll be fine. The handguards will be fine.
Yeah. The mirrors,
it's really
we'll adjust.
the levers and the mirrors aren't my favorite thing in the world, but that's okay.
But they still need some fine tuning. We've got a big off-road ride coming up in a couple weeks, so I'll get that dialed in before we go and do our crazy adventure with them.
The tires are great though.
Yeah.
Love the tires.
I think the tires
I also
are
got a
doing
new
good.
seat recently, and I think that's pretty good too.
Yeah, nice little Corbin. So
Yeah.
all the fancy stuff's working great. It's
This
just
is my
the mirrors.
first time riding off-road.
What do you think?
'Cause it's actually kind of a workout, and my legs are pretty tired.
She's got her Troy Lee design SP pants. We're gonna get you some better enduro boots like mine, and a jersey, and chest protector like what I'm wearing.
Yeah, it was fun though. There was really only one spot that was like very sketch.
Yeah.
Super loose gravel. And I guess I didn't realize that I was gonna have to stand most of it.
And well, maybe we'll look at some foot pegs like mine.
Yeah.
I pulled the rubbers out of hers, but they're a little dinky. I think if you had a wider platform like that one, you'd probably have a better time standing. So we'll look at that before our big trip. But minor stuff, and we'll get it dialed in.
Yeah,
Maybe
mine
some
are pretty
different bags.
small, huh?
Yeah. I think that'll make it quite nice.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, if you want to try my bike on the way back, you're more than welcome to.
That's okay.
Okay. That's going to do it for this episode.
Choking on some dust.
Yeah. That's going to do it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. I love you. I'll see you on the next one. We're going to get on the bikes after we get some water and go rip it back down the hill. I'm glad I've got those auxiliary lights I put on, so hopefully we won't get stuck in the dark. I think we'll be okay. Anything else, Julia?
I'm gonna go pee now.
All right. I'll see you on the next one.